My people, welcome back to Truly A, the channel where the hair is nappier, but you leave happier. And today, we are going to have a fight night. As y'all can see in the video above, it's going to be Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, which if you don't already know, is going to be a good fight because Jake Paul loves to talk his crap. And he is undefeated in the boxing world so far, and he's going to be challenging Ben Askren. Now, Ben Askren is an MMA fighter who mainly, he's not about the hands, really. And he's going to be boxing Jake Paul. So it's going to be a good fight either way. But I feel like Jake has a little bit more dog, and he's got a little more to lose if he does lose this fight. Because Ben, as we all know, got knocked out by Masvidal in like, what is it, 2 seconds? Something like that is the shortest knockout ever recorded. But yet he's fighting this YouTuber who's cocky, who's got a lot on his back, a lot riding on it. But without too much me getting into it, we're going to hop into this video. I'm not even going to say follow me on social media because y'all see it over there. Without further ado, let's hop into this video. Let's get it.
Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. Who will win in a boxing match? Oh well, it's coming. YouTube superstar Jake Paul will be taking on retired MMA veteran Ben Askren in a boxing match. Killer Fight Club will be hosting this night of boxing and entertainment on the 17th of April, 2021.
I can't wait.
With the main event being the boxing match between Askren and Paul. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you're curious about the odds or just curious generally.
Sure.
Whatever the case, in this video,
we already know.
Showing you who we think is more likely.
If y'all haven't seen this interview already, I recommend y'all go look this thing up because it is hilarious. Just the way Jake Paul likes to talk mess, talk crap, you know what I'm saying? It's different. And Ben was just completely poised the whole time. In the face-off right here, which they'll probably show it, Ben puts his hand in Jake's face. Jake puts a little body shot, which sounded kind of weak, I'm not going to lie, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot more that Jake's not showing, and I feel like Ben's kind of underestimating him. So I feel like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, man.
Win in this boxing match. If you're ready,
look, there it
let's
is.
Get straight into it. Jake Paul starts.
See, he didn't put a lot. He didn't put a lot behind that punch, though.
Likely to win in this boxing match.
It was literally like a little chicken wing. You know what I'm saying? Like he barely moved.
Jake Paul started his amateur boxing career in 2018 when his brother Logan headlined a match against KSI. This came on the heels of.
Dang, I didn't realize. Excuse me. I didn't realize KSI was that fit. He got that fit for this fight, man.
Headlined a match against KSI.
Crazy.
This came on the heels of KSI's win against Weller. It was at this event that Jake also fought and won against KSI's younger brother, Deji Olatunji.
Who is that?
Against KSI's younger brother, Deji Olatunji.
Who is that, bro? What is that? That's not Deji. What are y'all doing, bro? This.
Olatunji. The event was a massive one in the Manchester Arena in England, with more than 1 million viewers paying about $10 to watch the match live.
This is crazy, though.
After this stunt, Jake decided
I can't believe
to go
it's been
into
that
boxing
long.
professionally, debuting with a fight against Gibb in Miami.
And Gibb was not prepared. He didn't look prepared at all.
But although Jake beat Gibb, the next person he took on was Nate Robinson, not KSI. And the promised match with KSI has yet to come to fruition.
I don't know, man. The Nate Robinson fight was something. It was great for Jake Paul. They said it sent black people back.
Ben Askren, on the other hand, is a retired MMA professional and amateur wrestler. He's been fighting since high school and also has a younger brother, Max, who's into wrestling as well.
No homo, that's a good-looking man,
has
bro.
also served as an assistant wrestling coach at Arizona State University. Now, while these certainly look good for Ben
just seems like a chill dude,
you've got to
man.
remember that wrestling is very different from
boxing. Facts.
And there are those who are very confident that Jake Paul will be mopping the floor with Ben Askren in a few weeks from now.
I wouldn't say mopping the floor.
One thing that almost everyone agrees on is that Ben Askren is just not that great at striking or punching. Plus, Askren isn't exactly a boxer. He's a pro MMA fighter that has wrestled at elite levels, true, but is still not a boxer all the same.
Right.
Nevertheless, those who believe that these are enough reasons to give Jake Paul an edge over Ben Askren are in the minority, and we have to disagree with them. As much as Ben Askren isn't a pro boxer, Jake Paul isn't either, and he doesn't even have the impressive records that Ben Askren brings to the table.
In
Now,
MMA,
we've got to give it to Jake. He does throw a far better punch than Ben Askren. Still, Ben Askren has held his own in fights with excellent strikers. Strikers that are far
he can
better
do
and
that.
far more experienced than Jake Paul.
he can throw them,
It's
he
sad
can
that
grapple
many
them
people
in
who know
MMA.
Ben
In
Askren
boxing,
only
you
know him
can't do
from the
that.
time he got knocked out in 5 seconds by Masvidal.
5 seconds. Goodness.
And those making their judgments and predictions based
Goodness.
on
Great.
Ben
Look at,
Askren only know him from the time he got knocked out in 5 seconds by
oh
Masvidal.
my goodness.
And those making their judgments and predictions based on this are obviously
lights
casual
out.
fans of
Look.
combat sports. Because a very
Oh my
important
God,
point
he
they're
wasn't
missing or
moving.
choosing to ignore is that Ben Askren was knocked out by a flying knee, not by a punch. This is very important. Like we said,
I didn't know they
Ben
showed the
Askren
clip
has
that
held
many
his own
times.
with some of the best strikers, like Robbie Lawler, for example. He has also taken several punches to the head without getting knocked out. Not to mention
He
that
won
he's
that
an
fight.
Olympian gold medalist who used to fight at the UFC level before he retired.
Lights out.
Now, would all these qualities help him in a boxing fight? Well, we will only know when we get to the ring. But they definitely tell us something. Askren has the mind of a fighter and athlete. He is a conditioned pro fighter, too. So he can definitely learn and train enough in boxing to take on Jake Paul with ease. Not sure we can say the same of Jake Paul.
I know about
Still, right
conditioning.
now, Jake Paul is the favorite to win. And you could probably attribute this
That's
to the
crazy.
fact
I thought
that
it was the
Paul
other
has
way.
an appreciable size advantage over Ben Askren.
He was wearing heels in that
Paul
picture.
has some
Keep
level
that
of
in
training
mind.
and experience in boxing
Or boots,
working
not
in his favor,
heels, but you
which
know what I
isn't
mean.
something Askren can't learn anyway, as we've established. Askren, on the other hand, after this fight with Jake Paul, would have fought in his very first professional boxing match. But Askren wouldn't be the only one recording his own first. Jake Paul will too, as this will be his first time ever fighting with a pro fighter. And Askren isn't exactly a small fish. He has an impressive MMA record with 19 wins and only 2 defeats. Paul, on the other hand, has 2 KO wins under his belt, which you could say is quite impressive for the young YouTuber. Still, it pales in comparison to Askren's track record. So even though the odds might currently be in Paul's favor, nobody can naively ignore the fact that this is going to be the most difficult fight yet in his so far short career.
Oh, for sure.
In fact, in
Definitely.
reality, there's hardly any chance whatsoever that Jake Paul is taking this one home. Here are a few reasons. First off, as we've mentioned, Ben Askren is tested and proven. Jake
In
Paul might
MMA.
have knocked out a professional athlete, but Ben Askren is more than just an ex-pro athlete. He is a former champion and a professional fighter.
In MMA.
In fact, the so-called KOs Jake Paul has under his belt were from matches with people who couldn't even hold a candle to Ben Askren when it comes to combat sports. So
Jesus.
saying that Jake Paul has titles to his name does not exactly mean much when Askren enters the picture. Secondly, Ben Askren has everything to lose. His legacy and his public image most especially. And when you have everything to lose, you fight like you do, and oftentimes you win.
He is going to be a dog in the corner. No cap.
of James Jordan.
But still, I just don't think that's enough.
They were as close as
He has the endurance,
like
like he was saying. He has all that,
Considering
but in the
Askren's
end,
current infamy for being
I'll
the guy
I'll
that
get my whole
was knocked
spiel out
by
in the end.
Masvidal in 5 seconds, the pro fighter would definitely see himself as needing this win.
Oh, he disrespected him
A guy who
too.
choked in the UFC, now a guy who's gonna choke against Jake Paul. I'm gonna end this guy's career as an embarrassment. Masvidal did it once, I'm about to do it again.
This way, he then gets to become the guy who finally shut Jake Paul up forever, which is much better than being that guy that
A lot
was
of people wanna
kneed
be
into
that guy.
extinction by Jorge Masvidal. Again, Askren has enlisted the help of Hall of Fame boxing coach Freddie Roach to prepare him for this match. This means that Askren is taking this very seriously. Add this to his already impressive track record and experience as an excellent fighter, and it's almost impossible to imagine any future where Jake Paul beats Askren. Based on all of these reasons, therefore, we are convinced that despite what the majority of the populace says, Ben Askren is bringing this one home. We're not saying that Askren is going to be a pro boxer. In fact, Askren himself has said that it's not in the plan for him. He just wants to beat up Jake Paul.
He just wants to shut him up
He
for
does
talking
not
that crap.
seem to be a difficult one.
And again, I'm not challenging a pro boxer. I have no illusions that I'm going to go beat any of them up. But I could beat Jake Paul up.
All this being said, Ben Askren needs to do his homework.
He just seems
well,
like such a
because
chill
what is
guy, bro.
expected to clean up his
Honestly,
reputation is more
he
than
just got
beating
called
Jake
out.
Paul up. He has to beat him convincingly. We hope that, true to his words, that isn't hard to do. So that's our take, guys. What do you think? Who do you think would win? Do let us.
Okay. Listen. So we're gonna go through multiple points here. So the first point is they're talking about Jake's not gonna win because he's tried and true in the MMA. He's 19-2. He's got wins against professional fighters under his belt. But those are all MMA. Ben Askren, he doesn't get a lot of knockouts due to just punching. Like they said, he's not the best striker. He was a wrestler in high school and college. But this is different. This is boxing. All you can throw is punches. You can grapple to get away from some punches sometimes and maybe wear Jake Paul down. But other than that, I don't really see him knocking out Jake. I feel like if he's going to win, it's going to be in the end where I don't know how many rounds the fight's going to be, but I feel like he's going to tire him out and then he's going to get him tired basically and just win based off endurance. But if it comes down to it, if it's a shorter fight or if there's everything on the line in the second round or something like that, I feel like Jake, since even though he hasn't fought a professional fighter, he fought a professional athlete that wasn't ready, that was not trained to box. He just hopped in there, you know. But I feel like Jake, he's a little more poised with the boxing and just like knowing when to slip, knowing when to counter, everything like that. Not saying Ben couldn't, just he's not as used to it because he's a grappler. You know what I'm saying? He's a ground and pound type of guy. Second point is they were saying that Jake hasn't fought professional fighters before. Definitely, I agree with that. I definitely agree. He fought Comedy Shorts Gamer, Gib, which are two YouTubers, basically, two normal people. You know what I'm saying? And then he fought Nate Robinson, which was his best win yet because Nate Robinson, NBA athlete, has a lot of athletic ability. He's dunking it. I think he's 5'11", 5'9", something like that. He's in that range, but he's dunking. That's incredible athletic ability, but he just wasn't a boxer, you know? That's the main point, and I agree that Ben, in that aspect, is going to be the toughest fight that Jake has had thus far. And in that sense, Jake needs to be, he has been a little more shut off to the world about his training. I haven't seen a lot of videos of him trash talking now that it's getting up to the fight. He hasn't been doing his usual antics where, he called McGregor out and he offered him $50 million. You know what I'm saying? Ben didn't get that type of treatment. This, I feel like, is the way Jake Paul is going to win. Jake Paul, in the first few rounds, I feel like he's gonna outbox him. And then from there, he needs to get a knockout. Because if he keeps at it and he tires out, then Ben's going to show his inner dog and everything like that. But overall, all in all, I think I have Jake Paul winning the fight, which is crazy for me to say because I'm not the biggest Jake Paul fan, but I'm not exactly a hater either. You know, he's doing his thing. But at the same time, a lot of people want to be that guy to knock out Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? The guy who keeps talking and that keeps backing it up. A lot of people want to beat that guy. But do I think it's going to be Ben? No, I don't. Y'all let me know down below what y'all think. I appreciate y'all for watching this video all the way through with me. Y'all are the realest. Y'all are the reason I keep doing this. And without further ado, I hope y'all have a truly blessed rest of y'all's day. And I will be sure to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.